As the sun sets on the swamplands of Ghur, the Rotmire Creed scour the Gnarlwood in search of flesh. To their dismay, they instead find themselves face to face with a group of fanatics that live for nothing but slaughter. Will the disciples of Lord Leech manage to escape with their lives, or will the Horns of Hashut bring glory to the Father of Death? Welcome to Mountainside Tabletop.
Hey everyone, Vic here. Thanks for joining us for some Warcry. We're extremely excited to get into this beautiful new box from Games Workshop. So, without further ado, welcome to the Heart of Ghur.
Good, baby! Very good!
Today I'm going to be in command of the Rotmire Creed. Nurgle is usually Brad's territory, but all bets are off in the Warcry world. I'm taking the Witherlord, Bloated One with Hooked Net, one of each loadout of Carrion Catcher, and a bunch of Mirefolk with shields. I decided to use the Hooked Net build on my Bloated One for a few reasons. Sure, the abilities that go with it are cool, but mostly I just love the idea that this man was a simple swampland fisherman that got so corrupted and defiled by Nurgle that he started murdering people with fishing equipment.
Yeah, this guy in particular, this Bloated One, he's got some nasty tricks. He deals a lot of damage, 2 on a normal hit and 5 on a crit. And his slashing attack ability on a triple can deal some serious AoE damage. Not something I want to deal with. And yeah, that's not the only thing. Even these little plebs are pretty scary and annoying. For a double, Vic can use the blowpipe ability, which can lower my toughness and just do enough annoying damage that is just, I don't want to deal with that either. A lot of this team is just, I don't want to deal with that. It's just annoying. Alright, sup y'all, Brad here, and today I'm gonna be playing these ballin' Horns of Hashut. Check out that drip, y'all. Is that what the kids say? I don't even know, dude, I'm too old. So I'm rolling with everything that comes in the box. I've got the 3 Shatterers, 5 Demolishers, including 1 with a shield and 1 with a Flame Hurler, and then I've got the Ruinator and the Ruinator Alpha, which is my leader. With the Ruinator Alpha, I've decided to go with the Heavy Flail option because I'll take an extra attack over an extra crit damage any day. I mean, would you rather have an extra attack or an extra 1 damage on a crit?
Yeah, I'd rather have an extra attack.
Yeah, I'd rather take the extra attack every time, like hands down. I don't know why anyone would take the Bident, other than Joe Bident. He would take it.
Man, I love these models. I think they look great and they're so imposing on the table. The Demolisher with a shield really frightens me with their 5 toughness. Some of my scariest abilities interact with the toughness characteristic, so I have to watch out for that. Also, the Demolisher with the Flame Hurler can really ruin my day if I'm not careful. I'm gonna have to get into combat without letting their splash damage weaken me too much. Next, we roll off. Brad wins and chooses to be the attacker, so I have to separate my units into their battle groups first. In my dagger, I have 3 Mirefolk and 1 Carrion Catcher. My hammer is the other Carrion Catcher, a Mirefolk, and my Bloated One. And then in my shield, I have my Witherlord with 2 more Mirefolk.
For my dagger group, I've picked 2 normal Demolishers, the Demolisher with the shield, and 1 Shatterer. For my hammer group, I've got 2 Shatterers and a normal Demolisher. And for my shield group, I've got the Ruinator Alpha, Ruinator, and the Demolisher with the Flame Hurler. The terrain we drew uses the ribcage platform in the center and most of the assorted scatter obstacles from the box. For deployment, we drew the Death Spiral card, which lays out like this. Next we roll off again. This time for deployment, I win again, and I'm gonna pick the blue side. For the victory condition, we draw the Gauntlet. As the attacker, I have to pick 1 board edge for Victor to escape off of. Honestly, with this deployment, there's really no great edge to pick, but I ended up choosing the bottom edge.
As the defender, I'm going to need to get 5 units across that edge before Brad slaughters 5 of my rotting cultists.
Yep, to be perfectly clear, in order for me to win, I have to kill 5 or more of Victor's units, and for Victor to win, 5 of his units have to escape off the edge of the board. To be honest, if I had known this was the victory condition before I decided to be the attacker, I wouldn't have decided to be the attacker. Oh well. Our twist is Murky Swampland. This means that any movement starting on the ground is reduced by 1 inch. This is great for me, I think. Since this whole battle is kind of based around Vic's ability to get around the board, I think this will really help my cause. However, I feel like the victory condition and the deployment zone together in conjunction are gonna make things tricky for me.
Yeah, I think that twist definitely sucks for me, but at the same time, a slow goalie is easier to score on.
Very true.
Well, with all the bookkeeping out of the way, the battle begins.
Oh yeah, and also, random side note, we made a Discord. It's open to everybody. Links in the description, more info later. Okay, round 1. Alright, round 1, and we roll our dice. Vic gets a 1, a 2, a 4, double 5s, and a 6. I roll 2 1s, 1 3, and 3 4s. This gives Vic initiative. He uses his wild dice to make a double 6, and then I use my wild dice to make a double 3. I think we're really both keen on using the universal ability Rush in this round as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, that's right. With my first activation, I pop Rush with the double 6 and move this first Mire folk to the bottom and escape the map. No point in beating around the bush there.
Alright. I'm already down 1 guy, I can't kill anymore. So first up for me, I'm gonna move the shield lady just towards Vic's main group of guys. And I'll use my double 1s for Rush here.
Unfortunately, I think I need to make an escape with my carrion catcher here. It would have been smarter to sacrifice one of my plebs for this, but I'm an idiot and set up the board wrong, so what are you gonna do? I use my double 5s on Rush, and I've already got 2 men over the line.
Alright, next up, I'm gonna move this regular demolisher towards Vic's group of dudes. And I use a double here again for Rush.
Alright, no more abilities left, so I can't make it to the edge. So I'm just gonna move this Mire folk down towards the bottom and prepare for some attacks in the future.
Alright, here, I'm gonna use a triple to activate Rush again. I know it's kind of a waste because I'm downgrading a triple to be effectively a double, but I really need the Rush. I move down and try and start to block off the area at the bottom left of the map where Victor's turn 2 reinforcements will enter from.
Alright, I'm gonna move my last Mire folk down towards the bottom and just try to make it difficult for Brad to stop them all.
And lastly, I'm gonna move this dapper looking Shatterer toward the bottom corner as well. I'm out of dice to use for Rush, so he only gets to move 6 inches.
Alright, well that's the end of round 1. Luckily I was able to get 2 guys over the line, so I really only need 3 more.
Yeah, this is not a great start for me. I think Vic's probably gonna get at least 1 or 2 more guys off the board, so it's gonna be tight. Maybe, I have to basically just... I'm in trouble. What can I say?
Since I can only escape if I don't have any enemies within 3 inches, Brad could really ruin my life if he clumps up some guys in this corner and makes it impossible for me to disengage and get away, but we'll see. I think this one's really gonna come down to some dice rolls. Alright, before we go on to round 2, we want to take a minute to talk about skirmish mats. They sent us the mat you see in this video, and it's provided an excellent gaming experience. The longer you look at it, the more cool details you see in the print, and the quality so far has been excellent.
There is totally no comparison between one of the paper or cardboard mats that come in the boxes and this super high quality neoprene material. Plus, you don't have to deal with any of the creases or lines in the middle of the board. You know, where's your immersion? There's no creases in this. The pieces feel super solid on it, dice sound amazing rolling across it, and its crisp details and finish just really bring the scene alive.
Yeah, and on another note, the company goes out of their way to make it known that they believe that this wonderful world of tabletop gaming needs to be open and inclusive to everyone. In their words, we reject bigotry and hatred in all forms. Black lives matter, trans lives matter. This is extremely important to both of us and made it an easy decision to get involved with this company. They've given us an affiliate link in the description below, If you want to pick up one of these amazing mats and support a great company selling them, using that link would be a great way to help us out too. The one you see here is called Swampland, but they have tons of great designs and you should definitely go check them out.
Yeah, if you use this affiliate link, you get a 10% discount, and we get a little kickback too. So if you're interested in supporting us and you need a new mat that goes with the Warcry box, I mean, it's a win-win. It makes sense. Of course, it doesn't just go with Warcry, it goes with everything.
For all those people that have been asking in the comments how to best support us, this is a great way right now.
And without further ado, we continue toward round 2.
Alright, in the initiative phase of round 2, I roll a single 1, triple 2s, a 3 and a 4. Brad rolls double 1s, a 4, and triple 6s. Both of us use our wild dice to make our 4s into a double. This leaves me with initiative with 2 singles.
Next up, we place our reinforcements.
With my first activation, my Wither Lord uses Onslaught to increase his attacks by 1. When I announce my attack, Brad uses the universal reaction Counter. What this means is if I miss, I take a damage, and on any 1s, I take 2 damage. So I'm rolling 5 dice with Onslaught and looking for 4s to hit. With the first attack, 3 damage go through to the Demolisher, and 6 go through to me because of that reaction.
Nice.
The second attack is excellent. 4 hits go through for 15 wounds, and that Demolisher is dead. This is really clearing up this side of the map for me.
Damn! Well, Vic did use both of his leader's actions there to attack me, but he ended up getting a very essential kill, and I'm starting to get a bit concerned. I think I've realized that during the first battle round, I really should have moved all of my guys down to this corner in the bottom left, because everyone that came in on the second turn can easily deal with whatever's left over on the other side. So I think that was a big misplay. Well, anyway, over on the other side of the map, I've got some other business going on, and I really want to use up these triple 6s. I can't think of any better way than with the awesome ability,
Engulfing flames of dark artifice.
This ability is pretty nuts. So I'm gonna roll 6 dice, I'm looking for 4s, and I deal 6 damage to the initial target, and the splash effect, I get to roll 3 dice, and 9 damage to the secondary target. You know what that means, Vic? 1 HP, gang. Alright, so with that ability, I took one guy down to 4 HP and one guy down to 1 HP. Then, I still have my 2 regular attacks, and the Flame Hurler's still pretty good, even without the ability. 6-inch range, 3 attacks, and strength 5. Not bad. Okay, with my first action, I'm gonna take a shot at the 1 HP guy. All I need is 1 3 or higher, and I get a kill. Next, I'm gonna attack the 4 HP dude, but I only do 2 damage. I really wish I had got a crit there because I would have taken him out, but it just wasn't in the cards. That means Vic's probably just gonna get him off the board for free.
Yep, that's right. I am so lucky he survived because that gives me an extra person over the edge, and otherwise he would have done absolutely nothing and given you 1 more to your crucial kill total.
Alright, well next up for me is the Shatterer. I'm gonna go ahead and move up because I want to get within 3 inches of as many of Vic's guys as possible because they can't get off the board while they're within 3 inches of one of my guys. I use a set of doubles on Rush here just to make sure that this guy can get into position using only 1 action, so then I have an action left over and I'm going to use that to attack. I'm going to strike out against the closer Mire folk. I'm hitting on 5s here, and I score 1 crit for 4 wounds. He's down to 6.
Okay, well with the nearest Mire folk, I'm going to use the Blowpipe ability on this geezer that dared to come hit me. Looking for 4s and I get a crit and a hit. This is massive. It does 4 wounds, which is pretty good, but crucially that crit lowers his toughness by 1 for the rest of the turn. So now I'm going to launch 2 normal attacks with this Mire folk.
Just because of that crit, you're hitting on 3s instead of 4s.
First attack is pretty good, bringing him down to 1 HP, and the second attack finishes him off.
Okay, this is really bad. This puts me in the position where I need initiative next turn or I lose. But anyway, I pop Rush again on the Demolisher with the shield and then just move up a bit. Vic escapes a guy, and then he's out of activations, so it's just me, and I'm just gonna move up a bunch of guys. So by the end of this round, Vic's gotten 2 more of his guys off, and he only needs 1 more. So yeah, that's not good.
I'm pretty worried about that Demolisher with the shield getting close. If Brad wins initiative, he can bring him in there, limit that crucial 3-inch zone, and he's extremely hard to kill. It'll be tough for me to get rid of him or find the space to get off the board.
Yeah, things are not looking good for me, and I'm having some major regrets about how I played the very first battle round. I think I'm just still suffering from some misplays there. But this is Warcry, and we're not even playing match play. This is open play with asymmetrical win conditions and lots of asymmetrical weird things, so, it's not supposed to be a perfectly balanced game, and I think we're both having fun, so that's all that matters.
Absolutely, this is a great game, and, games like this aren't totally symmetrical and balanced, but crazy thought here, nor is War.
War's not balanced?
The card game is.
Alright guys, I know we say it every time, but absolutely, right here, right now, this initiative roll means everything.
Yeah, am I gonna win in 1 or 3 activations?
So Vic rolls first, he gets a 1, a 2, a 3, and 3 5s. That means I need to roll 3 singles to at least have any chance. So I roll, and I get 1 single. So the game's pretty much over here, but Vic uses his wild dice to make quad 5s for lols, and I use my wild die to make quad 1s for lols.
So we deploy our units just because we spent so much time painting them up and it seems stupid not to. And then with the first activation, I move this little mire folk off the corner and escape.
Alright, Heart of Ghur, fastest lost speedrun world record holder Brad here. Sucks to suck, but we had fun.
Yeah, it was good. Also, we have a Discord now, so join it in the description below.
Yeah, you can come in and say sup, y'all.
Yeah.
Vic, we need to make the welcome message sup, y'all.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Okay. Anyway, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time for more Warcry, more Kill Team coming too. Smash that like button if you want to see Heroscape.
Oh, God.
Peace, y'all.